Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Psycho Nitro Blast for the 2015 Season 1 8-Scale Nitro Buggy Round 2. Your top 10 drivers after qualifying this week lined up, getting set to go.
4, 3.
Waiting for that tone to sound. Off and underway. Marcin Malinsky, your TQ. After qualifying, some big air here on this track right here. Let these drivers get a lap in, sort themselves out. We'll see how they shake down here in this one. Marcin Malinsky leading the way. Well, he was leading the way. Now things are changing up just a little bit. As they're working their way around, I believe that it's going to be Javon Candy now taking over the top spot. Javon Candy in that all-white buggy. And look at Marcin Malinsky here on lap number 1. Already some hard chargers. Everybody right there together. Through the switchbacks they go, up into the big Monster Energy wall. Back and down they go. Down the front stretch now, 5 wide. A good race here from the Psycho Nitro Blast. Marcin Malinsky was your DQ, but he's dropping back in the field just a bit right now. He's sitting in second. Your top 6 drivers all right there together. Javon Candy going to be out front leading the way. The all-white buggy, Marcin Malinsky in that number 2 spot. Tobias Isaacson in the number 3 spot. Down the back stretch they go. Into this tricky whoop section right here. As you can see, they're jumping in, bouncing through. No real smooth way through that section. Marcin Malinsky jumps up into the lead now. Javon Candy taking it back. Up and over the double they go. Into the Works Racing wall. Look how tight they're taking that inside line right there. Coming back around, down around the front stretch they go. Marcin Malinsky leading this one right now. Out front, Javon Candy right there with him. As you can see, they put a little bit of room on 3rd, 4th, and 5th, but everybody's still really close here in this one. Some of the closest racing we've seen in a while. There, Javon Candy coming up a little bit short, trying to jump over that little whoop section. Marcin Malinsky still out front. This section right here, the danger zone for just about anybody. As they try and hop their way through it, your top 3 drivers all going to be right there together. Tobias Isaacson in that number 3 spot right now. Marku Honkanen in the 4, Frederick Bowden in the 5, Martin Walenka in that number 6 spot. Hey, we're looking at Javon Candy back around to the front side right now. Javon Candy going to be 0.9 seconds back from your leader. There's Marku Honkanen in that hot pink buggy. He's got company coming up behind him. That's going to be Frederick Bowden. Frederick in the red and a white buggy. Through the whoop section they go there. Oh, a little mistake behind them there. Anthony Brewer, Martin Walenka, Jorn Ingman, Robert Hillman, and Dennis. Rounding out your field right now. Good battle right here between Marku Honkanen and Frederick Bowden. 4th and 5th. And there you up ahead of them. You see the battle for 2nd and 3rd. Marcin Malinsky starting to stretch out his lead right now. There's Martin Walenka, the X-Ray driver out of Austria. Down the front stretch he goes. Rarely do we see him this far back in the field, but still a lot of racing left to go. Walenka, a known front runner here in the VRC-Pro world. Through the whoop section there. And just I say that, look at that hard charge he makes. Trying to close the gap up on Honkanen and Bowden. Doubling into the corner, back around into that long whoop section now. Bouncing his way through, skimming to the inside. Nice and smooth there for Walenka. Walenka got the X-Ray car working good here on this one. Through the switchbacks they go. There you see 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. All going to be right there together. Marcin Malinsky out front, your leader right now with a 3.3 second lead. The battle rages on behind him though. Javon Candy still sitting in the number 2 spot. And there you see Walenka starting to chip away. Back up into 2nd now. Javon Candy, the all-white buggy right there behind him. Tobias Isaacson. Isaacson waiting for a mistake to be made right now, but Javon Candy looking nice and smooth. Through the whoop section he goes, bouncing his way through. Into the switchbacks as they head back up into the back left corner. Into the Works Racing wall they go. As you can see right now, your leader Marcin Malinsky trying to stretch out his lead just a little bit right now. Javon Candy still sitting in the number 2 spot, 3.2 seconds back. Isaacson in the number 3 spot, Frederick Bowden. Here's that battle right here. There you see Martin Walenka, Robert Hillman, and Anthony Brewer. Those 3 drivers battling out right now. Martin Walenka back in the number 6 spot once again. Walenka struggling just a little bit here in this one compared to what we're used to seeing him. He's trying to close that gap up on Marku Honkanen. Marku Honkanen going to be 2.3 seconds ahead of him right now. Martin Walenka, winner in and out of the cyber world, that's for sure. And there, oh, a little mistake there as he heads into the Works Racing wall. Just not looking himself right now here in this one. We'll see if he can catch up as this one continues on. Still a lot of racing left to go. Markku Honkanen in the number 5 spot. Frederick Bowden in the 4 spot. Javon Candy Isaacson, and of course your leader with a 4.5 second lead now, Marcin Malinsky. Martin Walenka running the blue and silver and pink paint job here on this one. There he's closing the gap up on Markku Honkanen. Taking a time shift here, 8 minutes into this one. And there you see everybody making the pit stops right now. There's Markku Honkanen in and out for fuel. Your leader's in and out for fuel. Javon Candy working their way around. So we'll let a few laps go by. Let these drivers sort themselves back out. We'll see what the running order is going to be. Markku Honkanen right now putting in a solid run in the number 5 spot. Martin Walenka in the number 4 spot right now. Tobias Isaacson in that 3. Javon Candy in the 2. And Marcin Malinsky still out front in this one. Had a little bit of a battle early on in the race. Oh, mistake there for Markku Honkanen. What a save right there. When in doubt, pin it out. Markku Honkanen on the gas, spinning donuts. Lands it back on his wheels and is off and underway. Marcin Malinsky had a little bit of a battle early on, as we were saying there, but now stretches lead out to nearly 5 seconds over second place. Still a lot of racing left to go here. 9 minutes down here in this one. Tobias Isaacson, your number 3 driver, 1.4 seconds back from Javon Candy right now. Looking smooth here in this one. Driving the Kyosho car. As you can see through the switchback sections he goes. A unique feature here at the PNB track. The big wooden takeoffs. Oh! Huge mistake there for Tobias Isaacson, your 3rd place driver. Has to be corner marshal there as he heads down the front stretch now. Clips that inside pipe, rolls it over. That allows Markku Honkanen to close that gap up on him. As you can see, the field's starting to tighten up just a bit, but Marcin Malinsky looking nice and smooth out front, putting it on cruise control right now. 9:45 down in this one. Malinsky out front still. As we were talking about, the wooden takeoff jumps here at the Psycho Nitro Blast layout. One thing about them, they're nice and steep, provide some big air, but they're consistent each and every lap. Nothing changes on those wooden jumps. Landings, on the other hand, some hard hits, they may get chewed up a bit. The wooden takeoffs, they're going to stay the same all weekend long. Malinsky working his way onto the back side of the track right now into that back double-double section. There you can see he's almost jumping to the takeoff of the second one. Bouncing his way through the whoop section now with a 4.7 second lead on Javon Candy. And look at the leaderboard right now. Martin Walenka is up into 3rd. Walenka started out a little rough, but he's getting in his groove right now, trying to close the gap up now. There's Javon Candy, your 2nd place driver. Martin Walenka going to be 3 seconds back from him right now. Javon Candy racing down the front stretch. Martin Walenka trying to close that gap up on him. Walenka 3.049 seconds back. You can see him there on the far side of the screen. Javon Candy onto the right-hand side of the track, into that back corner now, down the back Monster Energy straightaway. Up and over the double he goes, into the whoop section now. Javon Candy still in the number 2 spot. Martin Walenka in the 3 spot. Honkanen and Bowden, your top 5 right now. All these drivers looking fast in qualifying, and as we saw at the start of this one, lap times are so close and so consistent for most of these drivers. It's hard to make up time, especially if you've made a mistake and lost time. Here's one driver right here, though, having no trouble making up time. Martin Walenka now going to be 3.3 seconds back, so drop back just a bit there from Javon Candy. Up into the... Oh, no! Javon Candy made a mistake there. This is a battle now for 2nd and 3rd. Down the backstretch they go through Monster Energy Alley. Into the whoop section now. Javon Candy in the all-white buggy. Martin Walenka's got the inside. Walenka up into the number 2 spot now. Martin Walenka moves up into 2nd. Javon Candy not letting him go, though. Looking back for the inside line around the Works Racing wall. Back around to the front side now. Nice line for Martin Walenka. Side-by-side drag race. These two drivers right there together, and there you see working his way out of the picture. Marcin Malinsky, your leader, up and over the triple. Oh! Walenka makes a mistake on the triple. Jumps a little wide, clips the outside pipe. And Javon Candy makes another mistake there, trying to jump over that little whoop section. Martin Walenka back up into 2nd now. Javon Candy back to the outside. Side by side they go. Javon Candy sets him up, dives to the inside. Martin Walenka not able to hold on to that one. Javon Candy back up into 2nd now. Martin Walenka in 3rd. Look how close they are. Walenka back to 2nd now. Walenka clips that inside pipe. Javon Candy back onto the number 2 spot. Oh, huge crash for Javon Candy. Javon Candy racing down onto the front stretch, clips that inside pipe. Wow, what a race right there. Time shift moving again. Dennis Lanau in that number 10 spot, driving the blue buggy. Looking strong here in this one, making a strong A-main appearance here at VRC-Pro. Onto the backside he goes. There's Anthony Brewer. Brewer sitting in the number 9 spot. The pink and white. Up and over that big air triple he goes. Right now, your number 9 driver. Some great racing here in this one. As they're working their way back around, Anthony Brewer down the backside he goes. Through the Monster Energy lane. Into the whoop section. Brewer qualified in that number 7 spot. He's sitting in the 9 spot right now. There's Jorn Ingman, your number 8 driver. Ingman in that hot pink buggy right there. White wheels, white wing. Frederick Bowden in the number 5 spot. Bowden driving that red and white Kyosho, red wing. Signature paint job here in VRC for Frederick Bowden. Bowden working his way back around to the front side right now. These drivers logging in a lot of laps here on the PNB layout this week. Robert Hillman working his way around. Craziest part about this, these drivers right now, we get caught up in the front runners, but all 10 of these drivers, the fastest 10 in the world for this week's racing here on VRC-Pro. So quite an impressive run for all these drivers, regardless of where they finish. Still within the top 10 drivers in the world for this event. Amazing if you sit back and really think about it. Tobias Isaacson, he was a front runner, and now he's sitting a little ways back in the back. There's Javon Candy. Javon Candy dropping back to that 5th place spot. He had that enormous battle going with Martin Walanka earlier. Those two drivers went back and forth, making some pit stops right now. Javon Candy showing in the number 6 spot. Martin Walanka still in the number 2 spot right now. Marcin Malinsky, though, your leader here in this one. And there you see that's a battle there. Honkanen and Javon Candy through the whoop section they go. Javon Candy looking for that inside line on Markku Honkanen. Honkanen looking smooth in this one as well. That signature hot pink paint job through the switchbacks. This section right here has proved tricky for a lot of drivers. A lot of drivers catching that inside pipe, just trying to push it a little too hard. Javon Candy and Markku Honkanen making it through nice and smooth right there. Honkanen now sitting in the number 3 spot. Chasing down there, you see that blue car in front of him. That is Martin Walanka. So 2nd, 3rd, and 4th going to be right there together. Onto the backside they go, down the Monster Energy straight. Double into the corner, working their way back into the whoop section. Oh, that was not Martin Walanka in front of him. That is another blue car. Martin Walanka's got a little bit of breathing room on him right now. Martin Walanka with a 7-second lead on Honkanen in 3rd. And Walanka going to be 11.5 seconds back from Marcin Malinsky. So your top 3 drivers starting to spread themselves out just a bit here in this one right now. Walanka working his way nice and smooth. Had a rough start to this race. Didn't look like he was going to be a front runner. And now he finds himself in the number 2 spot. So Martin Walanka once again proving he's got what it takes to run up front. A little slow-mo action here through the whoop section. Look at the car, the suspension bouncing its way through there. Nice and smooth, though, relatively speaking, for the section on the track. Walanka working his way back around. Marcin Malinsky, he had a little bit of a battle up front early on, but has checked out ever since. 11.7 seconds, his lead right now on this man. There is your leader. Let's take a slow-mo here of him headed through the whoop section. As you can see, jumping in. He actually triples into that section. Whoa! Your leader getting a little huckabuck there. Gets it back going, though. Martin Walanka in the number 2 spot. Marcin Malinsky, your leader, out front cruising right now. Malinsky looking nice and smooth here in this one. A near flawless race for him so far. This race is winding down now. He's looking for a win here from the Psycho Nitro Blast facility. Down the Monster Energy straight into that tricky whoop section once again. It just goes to show you that slow-mo we just saw. Marcin Malinsky, even your flawless leader, having trouble keeping the car going straight and smooth through the whoop section. back around to the front side now. A 12.2 second lead. So Malinsky right now, lap after lap, putting more and more time on the rest of the field. Big, huge air right there. Airing out the big triple. This track, both in VRC and the real world of RC racing, a favorite to many. Down the back stretch, your leader goes. Whoa! Your leader make a little mistake there. Jumps a little too far to the inside. Catches that pipe, spins it around. Lucky for Malinsky, though, that 13-second lead. He's got time to do a few donuts if he wants. Martin Wolanka in the number 2 spot right now. Here comes Malinsky back around to the front side. Still a very comfortable lead for him right now as this race is winding down. 10 seconds left on the master clock. Martin Wolanka, he's trying to get the free one. It's going to be close. Not going to make it. Martin Wolanka is done in second. So your leader right now on his victory lap. Here comes your third place driver, Markku Honkanen. Honkanen putting in a fantastic run, but this man right here proved he was the fastest throughout qualifying. Carried on to do so in the mains. 2 final turns. Your winner, Marcin Malinsky. A great race right there. Malinsky, Wolanka, Honkanen, Candy, and Isaacson, your top 5.